Good morning, Chattanooga. You are listening to Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, and now we're excited about 101.1 FM. That's right, 101.1 FM. This is Alan Valenzuela, president and owner of Lions Physical Therapy, and I'm here with my co-host, Russell Stroud. Russell, I appreciate you being here this morning.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
Yeah, because I'm going to trip and stumble this morning, so I need you to guide me through the way. So this hour is about you. It's about you, your health, the health of your family, your friends, and it's about you making a difference in other people's lives. At the end of the day, if it's just about us thinking about us, then it amounts to nothing. We really need to, us really results in us reaching out to those that are in need. So Alliance Physical Therapy is sponsoring this hour. Again, you and your health. They have 10 convenient locations, 6 convenient areas in the greater Chattanooga area to include Highway 58. They've got a location over in Hickson on Hickson Pike, Battlefield Parkway in Fort Oglethorpe. There are 2 locations to serve you in Ooltewah, and there's a location in Cleveland on Paw Huff Parkway. One of the things that Alliance Physical Therapy has got going right now that you should be a part of is they have partnered with the U.S. Marine Corps. What is it again, Russell?
The Marine Reserves.
The Marine Reserves. So if you haven't already been paying attention this time of the year, one of the things they do is they reach out to you, the public, to bring in brand new gifts to put a smile on a Tots face. So Toys for Tots program, Alliance Physical Therapy partners with them. And when you're driving by one of the Alliance Physical Therapy locations, what you'll see is a sign out front that says that this is a donation drop-off center. So when you see that sign, don't just drive by it. Go home, take some money out of your piggy bank, and go buy a gift for a child that may go without. There are so many children in the world right now that will go out without. And one of the things that you can do to make a difference in somebody's life is just to put a gift under the tree for them. So go out, don't forget, stop in one of the Alliance facilities or anywhere where you see a drop-off center for Toys for Tots. Leave a brand new toy, no used toys. And do not wrap the toys because they will wrap them themselves. Obviously, they got to check to make sure there's not anything in there that could harm a child or make sure that the toy is actually appropriate for a child. So Toys for Tots, Alliance Physical Therapy, stop by and talk to them and give them a gift. You will love the people at Alliance. They are awesome. One of the things we want to talk about at the beginning of this show is that Alliance Physical Therapy is a direct access service. So what that means is this. If you are in pain, Russell, have you ever been to a chiropractor, physical therapist?
I actually have. I have scoliosis, believe it or not. So.
Okay, and that's going to be more than likely a lifetime issue for you. So let's just say one morning you woke up and you were having that back pain. More than likely what you might do is go see your doctor if it's bad enough, or you might call your chiropractor up, or here's your option. You can call your physical therapist up. And the nice thing about Alliance Physical Therapy is that you can call any of the numbers. You can find all the locations and numbers on their website, No Pain PT, P as in Paul, T as in Tom.com, No Pain PT, and find their number. Call them up. They will attempt to get you in that very day into one of the facilities. Wow. So if you woke up, Russell, and you were feeling bad, you could call and get an appointment right then and there. And they're going to work you in, just like as if it were a walk-in clinic, and get you better. Now, it may not be the clinic convenient to you. So where do you live at, Russell?
I'm in Ringgold, Georgia.
So in Ringgold. So the closest location is going to be on Battlefield Parkway, right there at the intersection of Old Mill Row.
Okay, so around Fort O, that area.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that what's it? Tres Amigos is across the street from them. There's a CBS drugstore there. So that would be the location. But maybe when you called in, they didn't have an opening for you.
Okay.
But they told you, okay, we can get you at the Gun Barrel location, which is next to Taziki's in the Walmart Center here off Gun Barrel Road. And so you go over there, you see a physical therapist. He or she evaluates you, gives you a treatment. You leave feeling better. You stop at the front office, and you tell them, hey, the location most convenient to me is going to be there in the Fort Oglethorpe area. That's where I want the rest of my visits.
Okay.
And because it's direct access, what that means is you don't need a referral from a physician. Now, because of the Alliance Physical Therapy clinicians are licensed, well-trained. If you were to come in and they assessed you, Russell, and they found that your problem wasn't actually your scoliosis problem, they found that you have something else that requires you to go see a physician, they're going to get on the phone with you, and they're going to help you make an appointment with your physician or the appropriate a specialist for your problem, and they're going to get you there right away, especially if they think it's an emergency situation. So they're not going to try and treat something that's outside of the scope of their practice or their license. They will refer you directly where you need to go. If also, in fact, your insurance, which it might, requires a referral, they're still going to do that initial evaluation. They're going to do some type of evaluation treatment protocol, and they're going to get on the phone and they're going to get you your referral. They're going to help you make the connection with your physician to get that referral, to call into your insurance company and get the authorization. Again, this is a quick, let's get in there now. You don't have to wait days, and the reason why you don't want to do that is we don't want you to be addicted to pain medications. We don't want your condition to be chronic, and we don't want you to, and I'm going to say this in a way that I don't want anybody to be offended, but we want to stop becoming a burden to our healthcare system.
Right.
So instead of spending all these extra dollars on unnecessary testing and evaluations, let's get to the problem. Let's fix your problem. Let's get you back to work now, not later. Let's make sure that you don't get addicted to pain medications, and let's make sure that you don't end up in a chronic situation where you're not useful to yourself, your life, you're unhappy, you're not useful to your family, your friends. That's what we want to avoid for you. So again, Tennessee is a direct access state. Russell, you can call in anytime you want, and they are going to do their best to get you in that day. And Alliance likes to think of themselves as a facility where you don't have to sit and wait either. So it may happen, but it's going to be rare. They will get you in and get you back as quickly as possible so you don't feel like you're sitting an hour in a waiting room. Okay?
So I may even not need to take even a day off.
That's right. And
Wow.
that's the key, because part of physical therapy is the fact that we need you to move. Once we have found the problem that you have, and I am a practicing physical therapist for those out there listening, Alan Valenzuela, president of Alliance Physical Therapy. I'm here with Russell Stroud, and this is your Health Hour on Nooga Radio, 1240 a.m. And again, we're excited on FM 101.1. So yes, what was your question again? I always do this.
No, you're fine. So let's say, my job is pretty time sensitive, obviously. So what if I have, say, a back pain, suddenly lower back pain would be most likely. I sit at a computer all day and I needed to schedule an appointment, but I have to be back at work the same day. Would that be a plausible thing?
Absolutely. And that would be the kind of thing that you would want to tell them when you make that phone call. Obviously, you're going to work out your situation with your company and what you want when you do this. And let me just give you some advice. What employers want to hear is this: I've got back pain. I woke up with this morning. I am not going to be able to come in. That's the dog peed on me, peed on my homework, right?
Right.
Okay. And every employer thinks that immediately. Okay, they're trying to get out of work. But say, look, I think I can get into Alliance Physical Therapy today. And I know that what Alliance Physical Therapy does is they'll do an evaluation and treatment, and it's very probable I can get into work even today, but at the very latest tomorrow. Okay, because I know that their program is designed to get me back to work, because what they want to do is fix what maladjustment I might be having, okay, resolve my pain as best that they can, get me on a recovery program, and their recovery is get back to work and do the thing that you actually do for a living each day, and help me with the ergonomics of that. Maybe I just sit at the desk, and they're going to give me some exercises that I need to do all day long at the desk. So that's what you would do.
So a treatment could be something as drastic as, you need a back brace, or it could be something like you just need to stretch every day.
Right. I'm glad you said that, because we want to give you some helpful hints when you get up in the morning as part of the show today. So, number one, Russell, how often do you wake up with back pain?
Pretty much every day, actually.
Yeah, me too. I wake up with back and neck pain most days. And so these are the things that I do, and I want to give you some helpful hints when you get up in the morning, before you crawl out of bed, before you hurt yourself. If you will do these few things, it will help to keep you limber before you crawl out of bed and start your day up right. So everybody who owns a cat gets this, and even dogs. What is the first thing an animal will do once they get from a resting position.
Well, I have a dog, so I can tell you it stretches all the time.
Every single time an animal is in a resting position, the first thing that animal does is they stretch. They stretch their whole body. I mean, you can see some of the silly moves that pets get into. That's what we need to do. Before you get out of bed, just lay there. Don't try and get out of bed. Don't make any crazy twisted turns. Just start extending your feet out and stretching. Extend your whole leg out. Extend your arms over your head. Take a deep yawning. Yawning actually helps the circulatory system and relaxes muscles so that they're a little more limber when you do go to stretching. So stretch really well. And because most people have neck and back problems from sleeping, one of the easiest things, I'm going to give you 2 tips for this morning. First one, for neck, tuck your chin into your neck and push it back into the pillow. Hold it for 2 to 3 seconds and relax it. Tuck your chin into your neck, hold it back into your pillow for 2 to 3 seconds, and repeat that. And repeat that, I don't know, a minimum of 10 times and as many as 50 times, whatever it takes before your neck starts to feel limber. After that point, just kind of move it around all directions. For low back, actually, I'm going to give you 2 things. Single knee to chest. That's where you grab one of your knees and you gently pull it to your chest. Gently is the operative word here. Gently. Pull it to your chest, and each time it gives a little bit more, pull it a little bit closer to your chest. So knees to chest, 10 to 20 on each leg. Start with one side and then do the other side, and then low trunk rotation. You're laying on your back. You bend both your legs, your heels towards your butt, or your bottom, I should say, knees together, and you roll your knees from side to side. So that's going to rotate your pelvis and your lower back, and that's going to start moving the fluids in your spine where we have most of the problem from sleeping. All those fluids have crept in as you have slept during the night, and now you want to squeeze them out to accommodate your nerves so there's not a lot of pressure on those nerves when you get out of bed in the morning, Russell.
Okay, so it's pretty simple stuff. I mean, I can remember that even right now, so the listener probably can too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that most of us won't do it. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
It's like we got to get it out of bed really fast and get to our coffee or something before we turn into an angry person. Right?
Well, I can certainly relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. So, all right. So those are the things that you want to do in the morning before you get up. Get yourself comfortable before you get out of bed so you don't hurt yourself. I don't care what your age is. A lot of people will injure themselves just getting out of bed in the mornings because they're so stiff. There's a lot of pressure on their lumbar nerves and their neck, or they've slept wrong and they didn't stretch it out quite right before they got out of bed. Again, you're listening to Nooga Radio, 1240 AM. And again, we're excited to announce 101.1 FM, Alan Valenzuela, with Your Health Hour, sponsored by Alliance Physical Therapy, 10 convenient locations. You can call them right now if you're having pain. And my co-host today is Russell Stroud.
Morning.
And we are going to be talking a little bit about falls, actually a lot. We'll see how much time the show allows us. So here's the big deal. Maybe you're not somebody who's listening right now that is going to be prone to falls. Everybody falls. But here's some statistics that you need to know about falls because it's going to affect your grandmother, your grandfather, your mom, and your dad. For me, it's going to be my mom and dad. They're finally at that age when they are becoming at higher risk of falls. So let me give you some statistics here. So falls, they are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for older Americans. Falls threaten seniors' safety and independence and generate enormous economic costs and personal costs. We talked about this a little bit, Russell, earlier, and the numbers are staggering, right? It's crazy. So here's some numbers, and these numbers come from the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And these are, I believe these statistics are 2013. And one thing about statistics, it's usually hard to get what's going on now. So because numbers grow exponentially, these numbers might not even be anywhere close to what's going on, but they're scary. So I want you to think about your grandma, your grandpa, your older elderly parents when I start telling you these numbers. 1/4 of Americans aged 65 and older fall every year. 1/4. Okay? And here's the scary number. Every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall. Every 11 seconds. Every 19 minutes, an older adult dies from a fall.
I want to pause you there for a second. 19 minutes means at least 4 times in the course of us talking here, someone's died as a result of falling.
That's right. Somebody has died. And the scary part as we go on to this is that somebody could be your loved one.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't happen to us directly, we are oblivious to it. And because we spend most of our time taking care of ourselves, we really forget that we are an extended part of the people that brought us into this world. And we really need to take notice of them and help them. You know, my parents are up in their 60s, 70s, I think. Yeah, 70s at this point. So very prone to falling. As you age, obviously, you know, you become brittle. Your bones can become brittle. So, yeah, every 19 minutes, an older adult dies from a fall.
You can't take with your family, you can't take sort of an out of sight, out of mind philosophy with the healthcare for your family.
You can't, especially because, you know, you're the one that should be helping. We should be,
yeah.
You know, and we let our parents age and get weak and feeble. And then we think that the system's supposed to help them out some way. But you know what the real system is? You and me, Russell, we're the real system.
Family support.
That's right. And at the end of the day, I honestly believe that is one of the reasons why this world is suffering like it is. This country's suffering like this is because everybody's looking out for number one instead of looking out for somebody else.
Yeah, maybe the number one should be somebody else in some cases.
Exactly. Falls, leading cause of fatal injury and the most common cause of non-fatal trauma-related hospital admissions among older adults. Falls, okay, and here's some staggering numbers, Russell. Falls result in more than 2.8 million injuries treated in emergency departments annually, including over 800,000 hospitalizations and more than 27,000 deaths. So in 2013, the cost, you want to guess?
Oh, in the billions, I'd say.
$34 billion. And that number is probably conservative. Okay.
Wow.
So that was 2013, $34 billion. The financial toll for older adult falls is expected to increase in the population's age and may reach $68 billion by 2020. Okay.
Wow.
So here's some things that you listeners need to keep in mind. You listen to Nooga Radio, and here's the thing your parents might be suffering if you don't do something about it. They are going to suffer some type of broken bone. And this is going to in turn impact the quality of their life. And here is the number one thing that I think happens to your parent that you need to be conscious of. After they have fallen once, and especially after they have broken something, they're going to be fearful of walking. And they're going to lose their balance. They're not going to exercise. They're not going to move. And they will deteriorate and they will go down really fast if you don't get involved or you don't get somebody involved. It will limit their activities. It will limit their social engagements. It can cause further physical decline. Here's the number one thing you need to know, because we all of us in some level deal with this. They are going to get depressed. You know, they're going to get depressed in a way. I mean, I don't know what it's like for you, Russell, but for me, you know, I get depressed when I'm not doing something, when I don't have something to do.
Yeah.
You know, when you're elderly and you feel like your life doesn't have meaning, and then you have a fall on top of that, they will get depressed fast and they will decline. They will be socially isolated. They'll feel helpless and they will become miserable, and the quality of their life will disappear rapidly. So those are the things that you need to know about what's going to happen when your parents fall. And these are some of the things, Russell, that people can do to help with this situation. First off, like we've been saying during the show, you really need to take part of your loved ones' lives. Get involved in making sure your parents, your aunts, your uncles are healthy, that they're doing well. Check up on them. Make sure they're moving around. So as they get older, they're going to have lower body weaknesses. So what are you and I going to do? I don't know. We take them to the gym ourselves. We take them for walks. You know, we don't just bring them over for Sunday lunch, but maybe we bring them over for Sunday lunch and a walk.
Yeah.
Maybe we go over to the house and visit them. But instead of sitting around talking, we actually get them up walking. Less talking, more walking.
Nothing wrong with a walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, or some walkie-talkie, as they say. So, you know, get over to your parents' house, your loved ones, the elderly who are at high risk, and get them moving. So exercise program, buy them a membership and make sure, buy them a personal trainer that's actually going to hold them accountable. Vitamin D deficiency. So this is one of the areas where they need to make sure they're getting their vitamins well. So make sure they get a checkup with their physician. Make sure that they're doing well as far as their physical condition, and that the doctor makes recommendations for appropriate nutrients. Okay. Difficulties with walking and balance, obviously. So if you see that in your loved ones, that they're having a hard time with walking and balance issues, you need to come up with a program to address that. Hey, Alliance Physical Therapy, they at all of their facilities have a fall balance and fall prevention program.
Wow.
That's a big deal, because what they do at Alliance Physical Therapy is really critical. They help prevent falls. They help those who have fallen. They do some really unique programs where they challenge your balance in very different ways on the equipment they have. But here's something they do that's really cool. They will put you in a harness. They will blindfold you, and they will make you walk backwards, sideways, over obstacles with verbal cueing while you're blindfolded.
Wow.
Yeah. So what happens? What happens to somebody who is blind to begin with? What do they have to do?
Oh, yeah, fair point. I didn't think about that.
They have to use all their all the rest of their senses to be able to walk, right? Well, if you take somebody that can walk and can see, blindfold them, and you treat them as if they can't see, like you would a blind person, and their senses will kick in, and their balance and strength will improve quickly. So, Alliance Physical Therapy. Vision problems. Make sure they're getting their vision checked. If they have foot pain, get them to the appropriate physical therapy, a doctor, whatever it is. And if their shoes are in bad shape, you know what? Go buy them some shoes. If you don't have the money, go to a resale shop. Social media announce, hey, I need a size 12. Anybody got some decent size 12 for my grandpa? Go out there. Don't be afraid to say it. They're more important than you being embarrassed by asking. In your house, make sure you take care of broken, uneven steps, throw rugs, clutter in the house. Make sure you got handrails in your bathrooms for the shower, for the toilet, all of those areas.
You're good.
Okay. All right, then. So, again, and putting up those things will help you out as well. So make sure you're taking care of your loved ones. Fall prevention is a big deal. If you're listening, and you're going to be listening in on the next segment, call us at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. You're listening to Nooga Radio, 1240 AM. Again, 101.1 FM. Alan Valenzuela and Russell Stroud with you this morning. We've been talking about fall prevention, Toys for Tots. This hour is brought to you by Alliance Physical Therapy. We want to hear from you. What kind of health problems are you having? Tell us about it.
Yeah, and by the way, we're serving the downtown Chattanooga area, blasting our radiation down to downtown. So we're all over the place now.
Tell your friends. 101.1. Tell them about that. We need to change this, get physical, though. I love Olivia Newton-John, but I'm done with you, Olivia.
It's a little bit old school.
Okay, a little bit. We're going to change it up to some more old school. NoPainPT.com for any of the numbers and locations of Alliance Physical Therapy. Again, don't forget, if you're in pain now, call now. Make an appointment now. Tell them you heard of Alan Valenzuela and that we're close friends.
You give us
he said that you will get me an appointment to help me with my pain today, right now. Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, 101.1 FM.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern. You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
Is your career taking you where you want to go? If not, talk to Covenant Group Insurance, especially if you like helping people. Call and learn how you can work for yourself, but not by yourself. Intense but free training, plus a fantastic lead program, plus office support equals your success, your prosperity. Gross at least $75,000 your first year selling insurance. Call Steve or Jada for a confidential interview. That's 855-8484. Maybe the most important call you'll make all year.
Looking for a dream home, or maybe you're just a first-time home buyer? Let an agent get you started today on your house search. If you're a real estate agent looking for a change, see what Exit can do for you. The agents at Exit Realty Scenic City are confident they can sell your house. They can do it in 99 days or less. If no one works harder for you than agents at Exit Realty Scenic City, licensed in Tennessee and Georgia. Exit sells quickly all types of commercial and residential properties and vacant land. Looking for a dream home, or maybe you're just a first-time home buyer? Let an agent get you started today on your house search. If you're a real estate agent looking for a change, see what Exit can do for you. Training, technology, branding, culture, and financial freedom. Again, Exit Realty Scenic City. Call 423-551-EXIT to learn more. Call 423-551-EXIT and learn more.
Terms and restrictions may apply.
We're at the Cantina at Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Yes, ma'am. 2 orders of nachos with beef and beans and 2 beers. Chattanooga loves its Amigos restaurants, but the Amigos in Hickson has something extra. NCAA, the week's big game. How about a house wine? Really good. Big name beers. Just tell Maria what you want. And here at Amigos, margaritas are popular. And it's only $3 a day. If you come here on a game day, Saturday, a Natty Light is only $2.25. Here at Amigos, just during NCAA, Natty Light, $2.25. Amigos Mexican Restaurant in Hickson. The happy hour is 3 to 9 today and every day. I'd say the atmosphere is festive. Look at that huge TV. It's like being amid the fans under a bright sun, but without all the heat. Stay cool. Quench your thirst. Amigos, between the Staples and Hobby Lobby. Take the table next to mine and enjoy the great NCAA game with friend or family here at the Cantina at Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Okay, it's starting.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
AM 1240 Nooga Radio News, Russell Stroud reporting. A meth dealer in East Ridge getting 168 months in federal prison after the DEA agents bought meth from him, 71 grams in fact, and then later found 49 grams of meth in his property. He admitted to selling a quantity of rock salt mixed with meth earlier in the day, so not only was he selling meth, he was also ripping off his customers. The same judge presiding over that case presided over the case of Demetrius Joyner, who's 30 years old. He's just been given a 20-year sentence by Judge Curtis Collier after he was ruled to be an armed career criminal. He has several charges of aggravated robbery against him and aggravated assault as well. This 20-year sentence is on top of time served in state prison. A man in Grundy County was found dead in the woods, and the sheriff in Grundy County says it was because he fell out of his tree stand and succumbed to his injuries on the ground. Michael Nunley's body was found in the Klaus Hill area of Grundy County, according to Sheriff Clint Schrum. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on AM 1240 Nooga Radio News.
Cloudy and cool weather continues for your afternoon. Another area of rain will push back in from the south and west, especially late. Highs into the lower 50s. Tonight, more showers and thunder showers. Lows holding near 50. Morning rain and thunder showers Tuesday. Slowly drying out. Dry for Wednesday as well. For lunch or dinner, come to Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried delicious chicken finger with their special sauce. Open daily. Locations in Trenton, Signal Mountain, Ringgold, and now 5203 Brainerd Road. That's Guthrie's. And I'm Sheen 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Moore.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
Downtown Chattanooga's home for news, talk, and sports. Nooga Radio 101.1 FM.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening to Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, 101.1 FM. We're excited to announce that. I'm your host, Alan Valenzuela, president and owner of Alliance Physical Therapy, and my co-host, Russell Stroud.
Yo.
All right, so listen, we want to talk to you about several things today. We want to talk to you about the sponsor of this program, which is You and Your Health. We want to hear from you, and we want you to call in. I'm going to do something here right now and see if we can get some response. So want to hear from at least 5 callers. So the 5th caller that calls in is going to get a $50 gift card.
Wow.
$50 gift card. And I'm going to let you choose as long as it's something appropriate. So 5th caller, $50 gift card. We want to hear about any pain issues that you might be having, any dysfunctional issues that Alliance Physical Therapy can help you with, that I can tell you about over the radio here right now as we do the show. I am a licensed physical therapist. I've been practicing for 26 years. I have pretty much seen everything that's out there, and I've watched people suffer. And what I love about Alliance Physical Therapy, their big thing is you. They want to make a difference in your life. They want to know what your problem is, and they want to give you back the quality of your life. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about is your loved ones and falls. So again, Alliance Physical Therapy, they've got 10 locations. They're 6 in the greater Chattanooga area, to include Hickson, on Hickson Pike, Highway 58, on Deckard Highway, obviously. There are 2 locations to serve you in the Ooltewah area, one on Battlefield Parkway in Fort Oglethorpe, and Paul Huff Parkway in Cleveland. Alliance Physical Therapy is proud to announce that they are a partnership with the, and I always forget this, the Toys for Tot programs, who's put on by who, Russell?
The Marine Corps Reserve.
The Marine Corps Reserve. Alliance Physical Therapy partners with our vets all year long. I saw something, Russell, earlier today that I thought was a great theme, and I think we sell a lot of T-shirts at Alliance Physical Therapy.
Do you really?
Yeah, we promote different programs like breast cancer. So when breast cancer is coming around, we have a lot of T-shirts printed up, and then we raise money that way. So all year long, you can actually buy T-shirts at Alliance Physical Therapy. If you're a breast cancer survivor, somebody and you want to help that program, here's a nice way to get a really nice T-shirt. But one of the T-shirts we do is for vets. We do a T-shirt just for physical therapy. So any type of causes, we get involved in. We want to get out there and raise money, be a part of the public awareness of the different things that people are suffering from. So I saw this T-shirt, and it said, and this is a motto of Alliance Physical Therapy: we stand for our flag and we kneel for our fallen. How cool is that?
That's really good.
I don't know who came up with it, but I wish that everybody would take that model. I get that there are people out there suffering from different issues and that they're not being heard. Absolutely. But I think there are ways that we can make ourselves heard. I love the idea. We stand for our flag and we kneel for our fallen. Yeah. And make that T-shirt. So if you're interested in it, give us a call. So Alliance Physical Therapy, if you're in pain, what you need to know is that Tennessee is a direct access state. You do not need a referral to get it in to see a physical therapist. You can call right now if you're in pain. You can tell them that you're a friend of Alan Valenzuela. You heard me on the radio, Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, 101.1 FM. So, and they will get you in. They may not get you into the location that is most convenient to you, but it's their job to get you in and get you out of pain quickly, and then you can make the rest of your appointments at another facility. So, Russell, you live again where?
I live in Ringgold, Georgia.
So if you called right now and said, hey, I'm actually hosting with Alan right now, and I'm in pain, and I'm calling you while we're live on the radio, and he said that you can get me in somewhere, and they said, okay, we can, but Russell, are you willing to drive all the way to Cleveland to our Paul Huff location? And you say,
probably not.
I'm not going there, but he might. If he's in enough pain, he's probably going.
Yeah, probably.
So they'll say, we can get you in right now, get you an appointment with a therapist. They'll evaluate you. They'll treat you. And then you can make the rest of your appointments at the Fort Oglethorpe location, which is on Battlefield Parkway at the intersection with Old Mill Road across from Tres Amigos. So, again, they'll get you in. And the whole point here is that you don't have to wait. Most people will go to their doctor or they'll wait till their condition gets worse. Here's something I want you to think about. Most conditions get worse because you don't move. Mm-hmm. Okay? We're in pain, especially when we become adults. We get in pain and we don't want to move. And so it becomes stiff. It becomes congested. Okay, fluids don't move in. Blood doesn't move into the area to help with the healing. Your lymphatic system gets backed up, and your lymphatic system is your what is the blue trash compactor place is called, the garbage service.
Recycling facilities.
Or the actual trash one. What's that? PP. I can't even think. Why can't I remember it? But
I'm blanking now too.
Your lymphatic system is like your trash pickup at your home. Comes in, moves that trash on so you don't get congested. Well, if you get congested, because you're going to have all this garbage out in front of your house, and then the road's going to get clogged up and people won't be able to drive down the road. Your body's the same way, right?
Homeowners Association loves that.
Yeah, exactly. So with your body, you've got to get it decongested so that nutrients get in there, waste products move out, and you can start moving again. I like to illustrate this. Those of you who have children out there and listen, when your child fell, they fell, and then what happens?
They start running again immediately.
Pretty much. There's a little crying that goes on in some cases not. You see a kid fall and hit something hard, and then they get up and go, and you're just like, what just happened there? Why are they not crying? But that's right, because what they don't want to do, they don't want to lose out in playing. They want to play some more, so they get moving. So they're moving in pain. And because they're moving, that circulation is kicking in. And so all those healing cells, growth factor, white blood cells, macrophages, all of that starts pouring into the injured area and starts the healing process. And because they're moving, that waste product starts moving into the lymphatic system. And so they keep those tissues moving. They don't shorten up. They don't get congestion, especially when you're an adult and you have an injury and you stop moving. Arthritis starts to take advantage of you. And that's one thing, trust me, you do not want. I've been seeing people for 26 years. I've been a licensed physical therapist since 1990. Graduated from Loma Linda University out in California.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
you realize that's longer than I've been alive.
I know.
Just to throw that out there.
When I'm having conversations with people, I'm like, I graduated, and most people at the table will say, "Yeah, I wasn't born yet." Yeah. So okay, sorry about that. But so been practicing a long time, seen a lot of things. So movement is a big deal. So you see it in children. That's why they recover faster than adults do. So take on that model. Obviously, use a little common sense. Common sense is the rule of the day. If you think that your situation is bad enough, an emergency room may not be a bad idea. Go to the emergency room, get checked out, get x-rays. But if you're in a lot of pain, don't wait. Go see your physical therapist. Maybe you just go for one visit. Maybe you're just going in for the one visit to get the exercise you need. And then if it doesn't get better in 2 to 3 days, but it is getting better and you want to see your physical, then keep going. Now, if in fact your insurance company requires a referral, then the nice thing about Alliance Physical Therapy is that they are going to help you get that referral. So they'll get on the phone with you, with your doctor. They'll fax your doctor's office the information that the doctor's going to need. They're going to obviously check your insurance. They're going to see what kind of deductibles you have, co-pays, what kind of coverage, because sometimes you don't even have coverage. Here's another cool thing about Alliance. They have a reasonable pay out-of-pocket service. So if you don't have coverage on your insurance, which a lot of Georgians don't have coverage on your insurance. I don't know that you knew that.
I did, yeah. The only reason I do, I'm pretty sure, is because my dad works for the hospital, so we get a little bit of extra stuff that some people don't have, and that's it.
When you're getting an insurance policy, with Obamacare, even, you really need to see what your coverage is. Yeah, you may have coverage to see the doctor when you're sick, but if you need physical therapy, there may not be any coverage for physical therapy whatsoever.
And some people, when they think, well, I have insurance, it should be fine. Well, that might not be it.
Right, and obviously, it's not going to be the people at the front desk fault when they tell you don't have any coverage.
Yeah.
They didn't sell you the insurance. So be gentle with them. Don't rip their head off because they're telling you a lie. They will go out of their way to make sure that you do have the coverage. Obviously, Alliance Physical Therapy is in the business of making money, so they don't want to lose a client. So if you don't have the coverage, that's something you definitely need to look into ahead of time to make sure you have some good coverage. So again, going back to the fee for service. So if you don't have the coverage, it's $79. I believe that's correct. $79 for a physical therapy visit at Alliance Physical Therapy.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's not a bad deal. Some people's copays are $65.
Yeah, seriously.
And then when you consider deductibles, if you have insurance and you've got a $4,000 deductible, there's $79 is nothing. And $79 is a drop in bucket when you consider how much you spend on soda and potato chips.
Well, I mean, when you think about it that way too, you're paying market value. You're not paying through any third-party channels or anything like that. You're actually paying market value for the service.
Absolutely. So, and then you get to get in there and be a part of it. Another thing you'll love about Alliance is they are awesome. They're very educated physical therapists. They make you a part of the program, so they're going to have you be a part of what's wrong with you. What do you think we should do on top of what we're going to tell you to do? And what are your goals? What are your expectations so that we can meet those? And they're going to try and get you out of there in 6 to 12 visits. It's not a long-term thing. They want you better, and they want you back to work and want you productive. Last thing they want is for you to lose wages. They are a employer-friendly business. They want you back to work so that your employer doesn't lose money when you have an injury. We're all going to get hurt, but we want you back to work right away. So it's good for you, good for your family, good for your employer.
It seems like there's an underlying philosophy behind Alliance Physical Therapy where it's not sort of a money-grabbing business. Obviously, it's a business, but it's not all about, you know, that bottom line of making money. It seems like you guys really actually want to help people.
It is. And the bottom line, the tagline is, we want to give you your life back. Every little thing that you let go unchecked when it comes to the musculoskeletal system that's causing you pain and dysfunction will be something that can affect you for the rest of your life. It can become chronic, and we know that. As a profession, we know it. Physical therapists, where they are, Alliance Physical Therapy, any of the great companies that are serving the greater Chattanooga area, they know that they can help you get your life back, and that's what we're trying to do. We want to be less of a burden on the healthcare system. So if we are your first choice, then you spend less money on X-rays, less money on MRIs, less money on medications, less money on having surgery. We prevent all of those types of things. We get you back to work a lot faster. Alliance Physical Therapy, 10 locations to serve you. They are the sponsor of this program, Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, and we're excited about FM 101.1. You can find the locations and contact information for Alliance Physical Therapy at No Pain PT, P as in physical and T as in therapy.com, nopainpt.com. I am Alan Valenzuela, president and owner of Alliance Physical Therapy. I am a licensed physical therapist, and my co-host today is Russell Stroud. Russell, I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, should I give my credentials too? I'm the news director and pretty much everything else here at Nooga Radio.
We really appreciate Russell because he's here to make sure that I'm on target all the time as we do this show.
I've been doing this a long time, and you're doing a very good job, so don't worry about it.
I appreciate you, buddy. So let's talk again. We talk about Toys for Tots. Stop by, drop off a new toy. Don't wrap it. They want to make sure there's nothing crazy in the toy. You'll see the sign out in front of all the Alliance Physical Therapy locations. Put a smile on a child's face this Christmas. Don't just drop by those signs. Drop off a toy for a kid. You will make a difference. We talked a little bit about direct access. A couple of helpful hints for those of you that wake up stiff. Russell, I know that you got scoliosis.
I do.
For those of you that don't know what scoliosis is, he's born with what we can consider a genetic flaw. His muscles aren't functioning properly, or his bones are not shaped quite right, and they are twisting his spine. And when that happens, it causes the foramen. That's the hole where the spinal nerve exits out. So if it's in your cervical spine, the foramen is the hole where the nerve goes out into your arms. If it's in your lumbar spine, those are the nerves that go down into your legs. So if you get a twisting at a level, okay, so that's two vertebrae sitting on top of each other, they create a hole, and you get a twisting, well, that hole stenosis or gets smaller and impinges, causes nerve pain. And as you get older, if you don't take care of it, then you're going to get this impingement, and you're going to get pain somewhere in your body, and you're going to know it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So since you do already have that situation, you know, I'm guessing that you wake up in the morning sometimes with pain in the back, pain in the neck, right?
Right in between my shoulder blades pretty much every time.
Right in between your shoulder blades. So I'm going to give you a few key things to do before you crawl out of bed. A lot of people that have injuries for back and neck pain, it's caused from them getting out of bed. And so to get you out of pain, this is what you want to do. We talked about this earlier, right? You have a pet. What does your pet do right after they've relaxed?
Stretches for about 5 minutes.
Exactly. But when they get out of a resting position, they stretch. They stretch before they move. And that's what you need to do before you crawl out of bed. You need to stretch those legs out, stretch your arms out. Don't do a lot of twisting, turning movements yet. Just extend your arms out over your head while you're still laying in bed. Yawning relaxes muscles and improves the circulatory system. So stretch and yawn. You'll see an animal do that every time. When they stretch, they yawn. Connective tissue will actually relax when you yawn. There is a relaxing effect on tissue when you yawn. So in the treatment and at Alliance Physical Therapy, that's one of the techniques we use to cause muscles and connective tissue to relax. So stretch. All right, for your neck, do chin tucks. So before you do any crazy real movement about your neck, tuck your chin into your neck. Flatten your head out and push it into the pillow. Hold it 2 to 3 seconds. Repeat that anywhere from 10. Right when you feel like your neck is limbering up, then start doing some gentle movements side to side, forward and back, rotating from side to side. And for your low back, 2 things that we've got, single knee to chest. So grab a hold of your knee. You're laying on your back. You haven't twisted in any direction. Gently stretch that knee towards your chest. And when I say gently, you're not trying to pull it all the way up there. Pull it gently. And as it starts to give, pull it a little bit further, a little bit further. Again, I like 20, 30, 50 of those before I get out of bed. Go to the other leg. Do the same thing. Very gentle. Once you've done that, bend your knees. Bring your heels towards your bottom. Legs are together. And then you're going to rotate them gently from side to side. And this is a really great exercise because people with low back pain, what happens is their pelvis will get twisted and out of line, or they've got a misalignment in their vertebrae and their lower back, lumbar spine. And so that twisting starts moving fluids out of that area, limbering up, and it's kind of like your combination lock you put on your locker or your gym bag or something. You got to twist that thing the right way and line it up before you can open it. Well, your spine's the same way. You twist side to side gently, realigning those vertebrae so there's no pressure on the nerve. Then get up. Do some walking around, get yourself limbered up before you get going for the day.
It's one area where animals are actually smarter than we are. Instinctively, they do the right thing.
Well, they're smarter than us anyways. We call them our pets, but the truth of the matter is I think that we are their pets. Seriously, we go to work to feed them. We change them. We clean their potty pads. We provide their food for us. So, yeah, I think they're smarter than us without a doubt.
They've got it figured out.
Yeah, they do. They even take us to the vet. We've got crazy health insurance programs as pets.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's amazing. We've got resorts as a pet that we get sent to, so
they've got it good.
They do. Okay, so again, Nooga Radio, if you're listening out there, we'd like to give away a $50 gift card to the 5th caller, 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. Give us a call so we can give you this $50 gift card. Everybody could use $50. $50 could give as many as 20 gifts away this Christmas to somebody, or it could take you to a nice lunch at J. Alexander's. Whatever you want. Give us a holler. We're going to give this away to you. You listen to Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, 101.1 FM. I'm here with Russell Stroud. I'm Alan Valenzuela, president and owner of Alliance Physical Therapy, and we want to talk a little bit about falls. Russell, you got grandparents?
I do. Well, actually, no, not anymore, but I used to.
Okay, so I don't have any grandparents anymore, but my parents have gotten to that point where I worry about them because as a physical therapist for the past 26 years, one of the things that I've been treating is people who are elderly who have fallen, broken their hip, broken their knee, their ankle, shoulder, elbow. Some really sad statistics I want to share with you listeners right now as we talk about falls. And you need to be thinking about your parents. Be proactive. They brought you in this world. Now it's time to give back. Make sure that you're doing the little things for them to help prevent a fall, because the things that happen to your loved ones after they've had a fall are devastating. It's devastating for them, and their life becomes a prison. So falls are I got to put my glasses on. Give me a second here.
Sure thing. And it's not just physical, it's psychological too, because when you fall, yeah, you're hurt physically, but I think the psychological effects are possibly even worse.
Oh, yeah, the fear factor is crazy. Leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries in older Americans. Falls threaten senior safety and independence and generate enormous economic and personal costs. Okay, so according to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 1/4 of Americans age 65 and over fall every year. 1/4 of Americans age 65 and older fall every year. Now, here's some crazy statistics, Russell. Every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall. Every 11 seconds. And then this is where it gets bad. Every 19 minutes, an older adult dies from a fall.
That means when we first start talking, 3 people have already died as a result of a fall, and the 4th one's coming up here soon.
Exactly. So it's a nonstop, and these are things that can be prevented. And what's really cool about Alliance Physical Therapy, who sponsors this hour, You and Your Health, they have a huge fall prevention program at all 10 of their at 9 of their locations. So find them, nopainpt.com, and find out about this fall prevention program. Get your loved ones there. Okay, so falls are the leading cause of fatality and the most common cause of non-fatal trauma and hospital admissions among the elderly. Falls result in more than 2.8 million injuries treated in the emergency room, including over 800,000 hospitalizations and more than 27,000 deaths. So these statistics are old, and I say they're old, 2013, but the cost on falls, again, what do you guess?
It's a lot, maybe?
It's staggering. It's staggering. $34 billion. And by 2020, they believe that amount of money will be $68 billion. And these are based on the 2013 statistics.
And you realize that's the GDP of some smaller countries.
Exactly. Right?
That's huge.
It's a crazy number, and that number can be dropped. That puts a burden on healthcare costs. That's why we're paying the premiums that we have. It's part of the reason why our deductibles are out the roof. I mean, some of our deductibles are $6,000, and why our co-payments have gone from none to $65, $70. So it's just crazy. So $68 billion. So here's what's going to happen when one of your loved ones falls, and we're going to be quick here. Break a bone. They will become fearful of falling. This is the thing. Alliance has an awesome program to help patients with that have fear of falling by blindfolding them, putting them in a harness system. Their activities will become limited. They will become depressed. They will become socially isolated. They will have feelings of helplessness. Their life will deteriorate. The people you love, life will deteriorate. They will become depressed. Their lifespan will be shortened. They will feel no self-worth. They will become afraid of falling. Alliance Physical Therapy, that sponsors this hour, has a balanced fall prevention program. You need to get your loved one to one of these programs, even if all you're doing is going there to educate yourself on the things that you can do to prevent these falls and their environment, your home environment, what kind of grab bars you need to have in there, all these types of things to help your loved ones from falling. You're listening to Nooga Radio. I'm Alan Valenzuela with my co-host, Russell Stroud, 1240 a.m. And again, we're excited to announce 101.1 FM Nooga Radio. We are blessed in what area, Russell?
Downtown Chattanooga.
Downtown Chattanooga. Listen, call us. We want to hear from you every week. Let us know what's going on in your life and what we can do to make a difference for you. Alliance Physical Therapy, your sponsor.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
There's a reason why Alliance Physical Therapy is a choice of professionals and those who care about first-class, top-notch service and treatment. Because at Alliance Physical Therapy of Chattanooga, we don't just treat the symptoms in your body. Whether you're suffering from stiffness, muscle spasms, back pain, chronic headaches every day, stress of life demanding more and more of you, Alliance Physical Therapy takes a holistic approach to healing, mind, body, and soul. Alliance Physical Therapy with a location near you and 9 others in the Chattanooga area. If you don't have a doctor or if your physician's plan for chronic